Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some chilaquiles, so stay tuned and we'll get started.
So to get started, you're gonna need a lot of tortillas. I cut mine into 4s and I suggest about 5 tortillas per person, but that's up to you. I did also make beans as a side, so I do have that going, and these will be with eggs. Now to get your sauce, you want to heat up a small pot with some water and add your ingredients, which are 3 guajillo chiles, 2 Roma tomatoes, and I did also use 2 chile de árbol. But if you like them spicier, you can use up to 5, and 1 large garlic clove. You're gonna go ahead and let that boil for about 20 minutes, cover that up. And in the meantime, you can start frying your tortillas, and always check that the oil is hot enough. You can check with a wooden spoon, see if it bubbles. Also, if you don't want your tortilla chips to absorb that much oil, make sure that they are room temperature before frying, and that's actually going to help out the process, just to make sure that they're not super greasy but that they're still crunchy. So go ahead and start frying your tortilla chips, and you are able to buy them at the store if they are the home style type of chips. And I did want to give you guys a tip. If you add a toothpick, it actually helps your oil to not burn. And this is the color that you're looking for, a nice golden brown. You don't want to break your teeth, but you want them to be firm enough because they are going to be cooked again in the sauce, and you want them to be firm enough to still hold that texture. So just make sure that they look like this, and I like to dry mine in a cooling rack, and that just it just makes sure that they stay crispy. But yeah, after the 20 minutes, you want to go ahead and add all your ingredients into the blender. I don't use the cooking liquid just because of the chilies. It gets really murky, and I don't think you need it for flavor. So I just added all the ingredients in there, including the chilies, which I did go ahead and I did remove the stem. You don't want that in there. So want to go ahead and snap that off, and then you want to go ahead and blend. I added about 1.5 cups of water. Also seasoned this with 1 teaspoon of oregano and 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. Now, because the chicken bouillon does have some salt, then it is not necessary to add some. Later on, once you're frying your sauce, you can try it, and if you think it needs it, you can add some at that time. I did also add an additional fresh garlic just to add another level of flavor. But yeah, go ahead and blend this until smooth. And once you're done doing that, you can go ahead and move on to your next step. I did use the same pan that I fried the tortilla chips in. I did wipe it down. There's no need to wash it because you're gonna cook them in there again. So just give it a quick wipe. Add a little bit of extra canola oil. I used about 2 tablespoons. And then to give my sauce some flavor, I did go ahead and I sauteed some onions first, and that's gonna go ahead and flavor the oil before you start frying your sauce. So you want to go ahead and cook those down until they are translucent. That should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Once that is done and they're looking like this, you can go ahead and strain your sauce. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because you are working with the dried chilies, and they do have a lot of grit once you blend them, and it's just not a very pleasant taste when your sauce has that grit. So I always suggest to strain your salsa. It's a way smoother texture. That way you can really enjoy all the flavors that are in your sauce. So just go ahead and bring that to a boil, and then turn down to a simmer. At this time, I did also heat up a pan with some oil to fry some eggs. I did also start reheating up my beans, so you want to go ahead and get those going, because at this point your chilaquiles are going to be pretty much ready once their eggs are fried. And you can prepare the eggs however you'd like. I just went ahead and give mine a quick fry, and once they were done, I did start adding the chips back into the sauce. And at this time, I did also bring the heat back up from a simmer to a medium high, just so that the sauce could start cooking down your chips. At this stage, it is also a preference of how soft you want your chips to get. I know some people like to keep them crunchy. If you like to do that, then you can also just serve your chips and then add the sauce on top. I like for mine to get a little bit soft again because again I don't want to break my teeth, so I just went ahead and I gave them a toss. Make sure that they're all coated with your delicious sauce. And you guys, it smells so good. I really hope that you guys get to try it, especially if you tried them at a restaurant. Just making them at home, you're gonna notice the difference. And even though you are able to buy the chips at the store, I do recommend that you do them yourself, just because they are gonna be fresh and they're not gonna be like super tough. You know, it's gonna be a lot easier to eat and they just taste better. You know, fresh is best. So yeah, I went ahead and I gave these a really good mix and made sure that they are all fully coated before I moved on to my next step, which is the course the queso. I use queso fresco. Now if you are pregnant, I do suggest you stay away from this because it's unpasteurized. You can use mozzarella or any cheese of your choice, and to go ahead and make sure that it melts nicely on top of your delicious chips. What I suggest is to go ahead and cover your pan with a lid for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that's just gonna let the chips soften up a little bit as well. Once the time is up, you can add some thinly sliced purple onion. Whenever I'm eating raw onion, I go with purple, but if you don't like onions, you can leave them out. And yeah, we're at the final steps. I just added some 𝗃𝗓𝗓, which is Mexican sour cream. It's just really soft and creamy, and you're able to drizzle it like I just did, and it is delicious, you guys. If you've never tried it, I suggest you check it out. It's in the sour cream section of the grocery store. And of course, I always love a fresh component, so I did top my chilaquiles with some cilantro. And did you guys know cilantro is called coriander? Yeah, it's not called cilantro. That's something that I learned last week. I was like, what? But yeah, the last thing I did is I did top my chilaquiles with my fried egg, and that is it, you guys.
So we're finally finished. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my breakfast, but I just want to remind you guys, if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. Also like and comment. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Bye.